mental, physical, spiritual empowerment and upliftment.
I struggled with suicidal thoughts and feelings for over 10 years of my life. And I remember times when it was really, really difficult. I remember just being down and out and not feeling like doing anything, just being stuck in depression and just feeling like it's just this unending circle of the same mistakes over and over, and the same disappointments, the same letdowns, the same, just falling into the same psychological holes. Things that I figured that I had been done with already, with all the work that I was doing, and even all the work that I was trying to do, and prayer and all that stuff, and falling into depression and having those suicidal thoughts and feelings arise again and again. It was tough. Whenever it happened, it was tough. I would be in that state sometimes for days, just sometimes in bed crying, trying to figure out like how do I bring an end to this and to not let it happen again. And the whole experience was really difficult, being in that dark place and feeling like maybe there's no way out. And even after doing counseling and doing all that stuff, and even the work, the self-help work and the inner work and all that stuff I was doing, and every now and then to just fall and to have those thoughts and those feelings and feeling like maybe it's the only way out, maybe it's the only way to end this cycle of letting people down, letting my family down, letting my co-workers down, letting my students down even, because even as a teacher, every now and then I would fall into that state of deep depression and feeling incapacitated, unable to move on, and just feeling like it's the only way out, and that's really what kind of had me thinking about suicide, committing suicide, was feeling like it's the only way out of this cycle, feeling trapped in a cage like a mouse on a wheel, just going round and round and round, and everything. Every time I think I'm out, it's like I'm still in there, and it was tough. I would cry, pray, ask God to help me out. And the only thing at one point in time, the only thing that kept me from committing suicide was fear of hell, You know how they say, it's the only unforgivable sin, right? And there's no coming back from that. It's guaranteed hell. That's what I was taught growing up. Once you commit suicide, that's hell. That's the only thing that kept me from doing it. I just felt like it was freedom. It was freedom from burden, from worry, from stress, from overthinking, from anxiety, from all the stuff that I was dealing with for years. It was freedom from all of that. But the fear of hell kept me many times. It was that until it got to the point where I guess with all the inner work and just searching for solutions, doing, listening to different speakers, learning about so many things, about so many times on this channel, gratitude and affirmations and visualization, meditation, and just all the searching and the desire to bring an end to it. This is what eventually led me to bringing an end to that cycle of falling into that state of wanting to end my own life. And I'm just so grateful for all the assistance that I received from friends that I finally opened up to, because I was keeping all that stuff inside for years, man. Not afraid to open up because of fear of stigma, because of how persons would see me, and as a guy who was losing it, fear of ending up on the streets like some of the vagrants you see on the streets and so on. And the desire to be free of that is what eventually led me to being free of it. Just continually searching, looking and listening to different speakers and learning about different things and reading, you know. And the little that I read, because I still feel like although I read a bunch of different things, I still feel like I didn't read that much, but just the desire to be free of that, you know. And eventually, I think, stumbling onto meditation and self-inquiry meditation. I've spoken about it a number of times on the channel, but it's what really kind of brought it into all of that stuff, the depression, suicidal thoughts, feelings, all that stuff, overthinking. Is really taught me to observe that stuff and just let it be, really. That's why I'm making this video, and that's one of the reasons why I started radio program and postings and YouTube channel, and you know the whole of Firm Life Vibration was because of all the stuff I went through for years and all the things I learned, and eventually coming out of that, I just wanted to share and just encourage persons out there. That's why I'm encouraging you who are going through depression right now, you who is suffering from anxiety, you who is, you know, suffering from overthinking, or just you who is punishing yourself for whatever it is, mistakes you made, disappointments, letdowns, people you feel like you failed, things you feel like you failed at, in whatever way, shape or form you feeling like you could have done better, you feeling down and out about it. I'm encouraging you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Whatever it is that you're feeling like ending your life over, it's not worth it. And I know when you're at that point of feeling like committing suicide, I know it's a dark place where you feel like it's the only way out, but it's not. I encourage you to just be with the feelings, yes. And I know it's pain, it's dark, it feels like a hole, a heaviness within you. And you just want to be rid of it, you want to be free from it, but don't do it. See it. Know that it's there. You don't even have to describe it, whatever the thoughts and the feelings are. Acknowledge that they are there. See them. That remind yourself, I am beautiful, I am valuable, I am wonderful, I am good enough, I am more than enough. And it doesn't mean that the feelings have to go away, but just be with them. Be with them. Allow them to be. Allow them to be. You don't even have to label them or describe them so much. You could remind yourself of your value and so on. And if the feelings don't go away, just allow them to be. See them. See that they are there. You know, you could acknowledge to yourself that there is this feeling of sadness. Acknowledge that to yourself. I am aware of this feeling, this deep inner feeling of lack, sadness, and depression within my body. I'm aware of these thoughts in my mind, but they are not what I am, who I am. They're just things that have arisen because of whatever conditioning and because of beliefs that I have and so on. It's something that I had to learn. I had to learn to just observe the feelings and see that they are not me. Observe the thoughts, the feelings of depression, and just see that they are not me, and allow them to be. Sometimes just lie down and just maybe watch a movie, something inspirational or something, listen to some inspirational music, pray and stuff. And it doesn't mean that the feelings have to go away. You could just allow them to be and just occupy yourself. Do what what feels natural, whether it's sleeping, whether it's prayer, whether it's listening to some music or watching a movie or something. But I would encourage you to be with it. That's what really worked for me. Just see that the thoughts and feelings are there. Acknowledge that I am aware of them. I am aware of these feelings, these thoughts within. But I'm also aware that they're not me. They just coming and going. Because they're not always there. They come and they go, they come and go. And the more you acknowledge them, that they're there, but they're not me, they come and go, and I'm still here, even as they come and go, then you learn whenever they arise, for whatever reason, whatever you did or said, someone did or said, or whatever triggers the thoughts, you just acknowledge their presence, you observe them, and you do what feels natural as much as possible. If you want to go out with friends and so on, you can do that. Great, wonderful, open up, share, with friends, with family, do the counseling, do the, therapy and so on. But if you in a situation where you can only be alone, then be alone. Do what feels natural. Acknowledge the presence of the thoughts and the feelings. Be with them and do what feels natural. Whether it is do what you feel like doing, whether it's listening to music, prayer, but just acknowledge to yourself that you are aware of them. You can even say to yourself, I am aware of these thoughts, I am aware of these feelings. You don't even have to describe them as feelings of depression, loneliness, and so on, but I am aware of these thoughts, I am aware of these feelings within me. But I am also aware that they are not me, because they don't stay, they come and go. So therefore they are not me, because I remain here when they go. And once you establish that awareness, that separation between yourself and the thoughts and the feelings, then you do what feels natural. You allow them to be. You could sit with them if you choose. You could sit with them and just observe them. Observe the thoughts, observe the feelings. Meditation will help you with that. If not, you just do what feels natural. You go out with friends, speak to friends, family. You watch a movie, listen to some music. You pray, meditate, and as long as you continue to establish that separation between yourself and the thoughts and the feelings, this will help you to allow them to dissipate. And this is what eventually brought an end to this whole cycle for me. This whole cycle of depression and suicidal thoughts and feelings and all that stuff. It's just a learning to just observe them, to establishing that they are not me. But they come and go. They're like waves, like weather. Stormy weather comes and goes. And once I establish that separation, in the same way that you can, then eventually I learned to just allow them to be, and eventually they dissipate. And there may still be days when thoughts and feelings will arise, for whatever reason. Somebody says something, does something, but you again establish that you are aware of these thoughts and feelings. Like I said, you don't have to label them, but you are aware of these thoughts and feelings. They're there, you are aware that they are there, but you know that they are not you. They are just passing through you because of maybe your own upbringing, conditioning, your own beliefs, your biases, things that people said and did, and so on. Whatever the reason, it doesn't matter what the reason is. The fact is that they are there. You acknowledge their presence. You also acknowledge that they are not you. And this is what really helped me out, and this could be so helpful to you as well, family. So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to share some more on depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts and feelings, all these things that I was able to overcome after suffering for years. So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up to support the channel and the movement. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And peace and love to you, family. One love. Firm life.
Mental, physical, spiritual empowerment and upliftment.